Welcome to a sunny and warm Knockhill racing circuit for the 6th round of the Scottish Formula Ford, and in today's programme, for the first time in 20 years, we're running in reverse direction here at Knockhill. But it doesn't change things. Championship leader and the man who has been fairly dominant this year, Ross Martin, back on pole position in qualifying. But I'll have a quick mention for Mike McPherson there. He's going to give us a wave. Yep, there he is. Mike doing a great job in qualifying, second on the grid. Ross, first time we've run reverse direction, 20 years, and you're straight there on pole position. It doesn't change anything as far as you're concerned.
Yeah, you know, Joe, I like to do my job, so again, we're going the wrong way, so I've just got to kind of get used to that. It's the only weekend of the year we do this, but it's not going to make big odds to me. I like to drive the car, so I'll take whatever comes.
You did a little bit of testing, I know, as did most of the guys in Formula Ford. I think everybody did a little bit of testing, but you youngsters from karting are used to week in, week out, different circuits. I'm guessing it wasn't much of a challenge to find your way around.
Oh, I love it. I just kind of shut out the whole Knockhill vibe of it, just took it as a new circuit and away I went. You know, I'm enjoying it. I think it's better than the normal way, and I'd love to see more races in reverse.
Good luck. And with that, I will hand it to Richard for Formula Ford's race number 1.
Thanks, Joe. Front row, Ross Martin, he's on pole. Michael McPherson alongside, then Kenny Cowie and Sebastian Melrose, Stephen Barlow and Clay Mitchell, row 3. And the 4th row, Neil Broom and Fraser Gray. Interesting to compare the qualifying time, 54.6 by Ross Martin. It was a 55.1 in July. Can't, of course, get equal conditions in the meetings. As the starting sequence underway, 5-second board shown, very nearly upside down. Lights are on now, we've got all 5 on. It's a long wait, they're keeping the boys waiting here. Eventually the lights go out. Michael McPherson very quickly off the line, but not quick enough to pass Ross Martin. Ross responded well, McPherson for my money slightly better. And then we're on board with the 3rd place car, Kenny Cowie, who looks, I was going to say, to the outside line, grabs the apex about right on the exit of the hairpin, downhill of course into the hairpin, and then the run towards Clark Corner, that falls away as well. So it's Ross Martin looking for another win. He's had 6 wins so far, 10th race of the year. Martin with 6 wins, Neil Broom with 1, and Sebastian Melrose with 2 race wins back in June. Ross Martin getting the status quo back in July with 2 first places, and obviously looking to do that again. There is Steve Barlow going through shot. Barlow having qualified in 5th place ahead of Clay Mitchell as they come up to complete the first lap. It's a very good first lap for Ross Martin, and Ross will probably want to see a battle in his mirrors, really. He's got the pace. He was 7/10 quicker in qualifying than Michael McPherson. Oh, and battle is what's happening, because look there at Kenny Cowie, the Bishopton-based driver in the 2009 Ray, really challenging hard. Michael McPherson in the 2014 Ray, and just thinking about the chassis that we have in this race, I reckon this is the first time that I've called effectively a one-make Formula Ford race, because they're all Ray chassis out on circuit. So the Ray chassis has become very popular up here, and I think this is the first time I've called a one-make Formula Ford race, and I'm sure somebody will tweet me and say I'm wrong, but that may well be the case. So on board again with our 3rd place runner, Kenny Cowie, out to the pit wall. Kenny's car, the black and white car, black on the inside, white on the outside. He's going to have a look down the inside into the hairpin. He's putting McPherson under some strong pressure here. And this is exactly what I said Ross Martin would want, although with that 7/10 advantage in qualifying, he knows that he is the fastest driver in the field coming into this meeting, certainly in terms of practice spec. So the battle for 2nd and 3rd, to my mind, the Formula Ford drivers, we're kind of seeing less change in positions going anti-clockwise than we have in some of the other formulae, and they've settled down really well. And I think really Joe Tanner hit the nail on the head that these guys have to go out, you know, with their karting backgrounds and race on a plethora of different circuits. So maybe that's it. But we remember these drivers, all young drivers, who are looking to make their way up the racing ladder. As we ride on board with Cowie again, is he going to have a look down the inside line here? This is a brave move from Kenny Cowie, great onboard shot, and he's got that line, and there was respect from McPherson as well, saw him coming through. That was a great clean pass by Kenny Cowie up into 2nd position. Super piece of Formula Ford racing. That's why we love and watch Formula Ford racing and have done over many, many years. And the battle is not finished yet for second place, because Michael McPherson is looking for his best finish. He's had a third place, has Michael already, which was in the David Leslie Trophy, that very prestigious race on the 4th of June. So maybe a second podium in the offing, because he is in a strong third place at the Mo, but finds himself in third, down behind Kenny Cowie. He's got to try and give chase to Ross Martin. Ross, though, away and down the road. He's built a little bit of a cushion. Now remember, whoever wins the championship will get that ticket for the Mazda Road to Indy, which is a shootout between various nations' Formula Ford champions across the world, with a chance of a funded drive in the States next year. So that's what Ross Martin is gunning for here, to get that ticket. It's a great, even if you don't get the funded drive, it's a massive experience to take part in that shootout at the end of the year. But there are plenty of other drivers that want it as well. And a quick recap of the championship positions following our July meeting: Ross Martin on 177 points, Sebastian Melrose back in 4th place in the race, 30 points shy of Martin. So he's going to start to see the potential of winning that ticket slipping away here if he's not careful. There are 26 points available for a race win. We have 6 races left to the end of the year, and essentially Sebastian Melrose needs to keep that gap as small as possible, because otherwise Ross Martin, I reckon, could wrap it up in our 10th of September meeting here, and after that we've only got the 8th of October. So the season disappearing very, very quickly, unfortunately, but we have once again had some great racing. Quick recap on winners so far this year: Ross Martin has won 6. Neil Broom in car number 3, you can see there, was a winner as well, and runs a little bit wide, and through on the inside goes Steve Barlow, the Oban racer in the Ray 2009. Steve Barlow had a little bit of a sabbatical after the April round, and he passes the man who won round 5 of the championship. So Steve Barlow doing well, passing Neil Broom. That was for 6th place. So Broom 7th, Fraser Gray completing the runners at the moment in 8th position. Fastest lap of the race still with race leader Ross Martin. He gets an extra point for that as well. Are we going to see Neil Broom take the fight back? Shame not this weekend. Shame not to see Jordan Gronkowski and Matt Chisholm racing. Matt was non-classified that last round as the race leader goes on to the last lap. This looks like win number 7 of the season in the offing for Ross Martin. He will extend the championship lead. He'll pick up at the moment 26 points, 25 for the win, 1 for fastest lap. 4th place is his nearest championship challenger, that's Seb Melrose. He's on 14 points potentially here, so the gap will extend by 12 points. He'll go out to 42 championship points, and of course the magic number you need is really, I suppose, the easier maths. He's looking at 25 points for the win and forgetting about the fastest lap. So realistically, we're looking at Ross Martin. If he can maintain this, we'll grab the championship next time out. Checkered flag for Ross Martin, who wins round 10 of this year's championship. Across the line in 2nd place goes Kenny Cowie. 3rd is Michael McPherson. Another podium for Michael. Sebastian Melrose takes 4th. Clay Mitchell next from Stephen Barlow. Then it was Neil Broom. Fraser Gray completes the finishes. Fastest lap confirmed as Ross Martin.
Ross, one step closer to the Mazda Road to Indy scholarship at the end of the year. A dominant performance. We've seen so many textbook drives from you this year. Normal direction, reverse direction, away rounds. Doesn't stop you.
Yeah, I think it's just getting the thing off the line and just focus on a race. You know, I didn't look at my mirrors as much as I normally do. Going into that first corner is a whole different ball game. They're the wrong way. So again, first couple of laps we were a bit cautious, but then as soon as I felt the car came in, I just bang, bang, bang. Lap times came in. You know, I wasn't far off my qualifying lap, which I'm very happy with. I looked at the gap, I saw Michael was battling in 2nd. I thought, yeah, I've got this in the bag.
You're looking at a lap time, or are you looking at a board? You're looking at the gap behind you?
I've actually got laps from Kenny and Michael, so I know where I can aim for, or if I need to go faster. So I'm pushing for that. I'm constantly using my mirrors to just gauge the gap as well. But
so you've got their time on your board?
Yeah. So it's a bit different.
I've never done that. It's quite clever, right? So you can judge what you're doing compared to what they're doing. So you are racing somebody. You're not completely in the dark, especially with a big lead.
No, not at all. Because then I might get distracted. I might end up making mistakes. So it's always keep me alert.
Nice, well done.
Cheers, thank you.
Kenny, well done. I'm going to say it was a recovery from probably not your best qualifying session this morning, but you put things right because you're going to be on the front row come race 2 and perhaps you can challenge Ross.
I'm hoping so. I think we were a little disappointed in finishing third in qualifying this morning, but I think given our slight disadvantage during testing, I'm reasonably happy with that. So it's nice to come up, get the pace forward and just be able to hunt down Ross in the next race.
Yeah, Ross is really good, not only off the line, but the first sort of 2 laps, 3 laps, he's really strong.
He does, he gets off the line well, and then that first lap he nails. So I think this time our aim is to keep with him on the first lap and then just stay in the tow, because we've seen before if I can maybe put him under pressure, then you never know what happens towards the end of the race. So we're looking forward to it.
Well done.
Thank you.
Mike McPherson, 3rd place, a great day so far, a great qualifying there. Not the best start, but still a good recovery and a good solid 3rd place.
Yeah, it was great race. Like, really enjoyed it. Coming into the weekend, didn't really expect to be up here. Like, I knew it'd be one of our best chances with the reverse circuit because a lot of the drivers here have been going around for 3-4 years. So, in the back of my mind, I thought, yeah, it's going to even it up a bit. And then testing went well yesterday. Then P2 in quali, and I had a good race there. I mucked up the first few laps a bit, but kept consistent there and took it home in 3rd.
Yeah, you make me feel old, Mike, because I raced against your dad, and now when I was racing your dad, you were you were like a toddler, and now you're racing, but not only racing, you're finishing on the podium. It's really odd.
Yeah, it's good because with being one of the youngest and least experienced, it's quite good because there's not much pressure. So, we're not in the championship fight, so it's exciting now because I got nothing to lose. So, go for some podiums.
Well done.
Thanks, Joe.
Scottish Formula Ford race number 2 is about to begin, and obviously race 1 winner Ross Martin back on pole position, where we've seen him pretty much all year, and over his shoulder, mentor we're going to call him, ex-Formula Ford racer, Fiesta racer Sandy Forrest. Ross is going to be gunning for another win in this, but I want to speak to this man here if you keep walking this way. Kenny making some progress. Qualifying didn't go that well, Kenny, but this is a really good chance now to get into Ross at the start if you can keep with him over the first couple of laps.
Yeah, that's it. That's the exact plan. We're just going to go out, try and get a nice clean start, and then start building the pressure on Ross.
Make it exciting.
That's it.
He never lets us down on that front. I'll hand it to Richard, and he'll take us through the second Formula Ford race of the day.
Thank you, Joe. Ross Martin on the front row with Kenny Cowie. Row 2, Michael McPherson and Sebastian Melrose. 3rd row, Clay Mitchell and Steve Barlow. And then Neil Broom with Fraser Gray. Second race of our 5th event of the year. You can see why I nearly got the sign upside down, because the handle, of course, is designed for the other way round on the circuit, the 5-second board. The lights are on. Longish wait once again, not as long as it was in race number 1. They're all away well. Michael McPherson looks to have anticipated it well again, but remains in 3rd place. We're on board with the car from 7th on the grid. It's Neil Broom. To his outside, I'm guessing, is going to be the red car of Fraser Gray. Immediately, though, we're looking at Stephen Barlow, who was dicing and indeed passed Neil Broom towards the tail end of race number 1. Pretty good start by all concerned. And it's Martin, Cowie and McPherson, 1, 2 and 3, with Sebastian Melrose in 4th place. And then Clay Mitchell, Stephen Barlow. Fraser Gray in red now, he's up ahead of Neil Broom at the back of the 8 cars. Now Broom, remember, race winner earlier on this year, one of 3 drivers to win races, finds himself at the back of the field, so shows you how competitive the Formula Ford racing is this year. There's Clay Mitchell. Clay, I was about to say, took 3rd place in the championship, but if I look at my points, he has made an overtake in the championship standings, but he himself was also passed by Kenneth Cowie. It was that close between the two of them coming into the points of this meeting, as down the inside line to reclaim 7th position is Neil Broom, still side by side with Fraser Gray, who's not going to give up. And Gray's got a good exit here from the hairpin, and they're side by side, and in fact gets a very good exit and claims 7th position back. So wonderful Formula Ford 1600 championship racing here at Knockhill. It doesn't matter whether they're running clockwise, anti-clockwise, these boys will give us some super entertainment. So well done Fraser Gray, the man from Helensburgh. Brace of 6 positions, his best results so far, rounds 5 and 7 in June. Round 7, of course, was the David Leslie Trophy. And at the moment, Neil Broom is struggling a little bit here. Unusual to see, because Neil Broom, as we say, has had race wins, normally a little bit further up the order. We've got a battle developing here as well for 4th place, as Clay Mitchell looks to the outside, side by side here with Sebastian Melrose. Melrose runs wide. Is he going to do a Fraser Gray, get more momentum and hang on to the position? They're still side by side. So Mitchell, they're not giving each other, nobody's ceding this place at all. They're still side by side going into Clark, but it's settled in favour of Clay Mitchell, who completes the pass. And in other formulae, we've seen that a pass can take the best part of half a lap to execute on this anti-clockwise circuit. It's absolutely fascinating viewing. And Clay Mitchell up into 4th place, and that is significant championship-wise, because it means that Ross Martin is taking more points away now from Seb Melrose. The gap went from 30 to 42 points in race number 1. He would need 104 points, Ross Martin, to secure the championship here, and that is not doable. So he's not going to start the championship today. And Sebastian Melrose certainly doesn't want the championship sewn up early, and makes the move down the inside, passes Clay Mitchell, but Mitchell on the inside line is still giving him a run for his money. Remember, Mitchell came out in front last time, but they're still side by side this time. It looks as if the 88 car is trying to get the initiative. Well, he was last time as well, but he gets it. Super repass there by Sebastian Melrose, lap after lap of frantic Formula Ford action, and Melrose is back into 4th. That's significant. It's an extra 2 championship points, 14 points for 4th, 12 for 5th. If he gets his form book sorted out at the last couple of rounds, Melrose could still be in with a shout of the championship. It could be wrapped up next time, but you never know. Melrose could get back into the mix and take us to a decider in October. But having said that, Clay Mitchell's on the grass. There was nowhere for him to go. He went on the grass. He's challenging hard. Look at Stephen Barlow coming up to join the party as well. But it's Sebastian Melrose still there at the moment in 4th place. This is 4th, 5th and 6th place. Stephen Barlow in 6th, trying to join them. And if they continue to battle hard, they'll compromise their racing lines, and it will bring that extra car into the mix. So it's all calmed down a little bit for the moment. Clay Mitchell, having had a moment on the grass, has got to try and fight back, get the momentum going. Mitchell looks the quicker of the two because he caught Melrose. Melrose is still working hard. Remember, the gap out to 42 points. It will go out again because fastest lap in this one again is Ross Martin. Not as quick as he was in race number 1 so far. So he's looking to pull out another 12, maybe 14 points on Sebastian Melrose in the championship. Melrose on 161. He's no danger, I don't think, of losing 2nd place in the championship as Clay Mitchell looks to the outside line. Is he going to go for the cutback? He's back in the slipstream, has a look down the inside, back to a wide line here. So he's trying hard, but it's Melrose still there in 4th place. Mitchell trying absolutely everything to get past him. Super game of cat and mouse between these two. This is almost like a game of chess at 125 miles per hour. Here they come through Clark Corner, and Mitchell still piling the pressure on. They drop away from Clark. They come towards the chicane. Mitchell's caught him without a doubt. He's just got to work out where he can get past. Is it going to be a half a lap move like it was last time? And will he hang on to it? Because we've already seen Melrose pass once and get back into that position. Super fight out of McIntyre's, through Leslie's, up Duffus, and heading towards the start of another lap. You can see that Stephen Barlow still in the mix as well, wants to try and get involved. Here they come again. Watch Mitchell. Is he going to dive to the inside line? He was on the grass earlier. No, it's the outside line again. Is he going to try and hang on to the outside here? They're side by side coming into the hairpin. And was there a touch of wheels? I'm not sure. But around goes the 88 car. Melrose loses 2 places. Fires it up very quickly. That was a rapid recovery from Sebastian Melrose. But that drops him down into 6th place. That's 10 points. It's going to be if it finishes like this, it's a 16-point drop on the championship leader. So Clay Mitchell up into 4th. If the positions stay as they are now, he'll remain in 4th in the championship. Ross Martin will be on 229, Melrose 171. Martin will have one hand on the championship title as we head to our September meeting. And here is the race leader, Ross Martin. What a year he's had. He's looking for win number 8 of the season here. And has got a very good lead once again. The winning margin in race number 1 was 4 seconds. And comparably, slightly further ahead than he was in race number 1. And that, of course, is without Kenny Cowie having to deal with the mission of getting into 2nd place as he did in race number 1. We're on board with Kenny Cowie now. Kenneth Cowie up to third in the championship standings. This will elevate him 11 points clear of Clay Mitchell for that third place in the standings. Third position in the race is Michael McPherson, car number 18. McPherson here will move ahead of Matthew Chisholm into 7th place in the championship. It'll still be shy of Jordan Gronkowski, but if we see Jordan at the next round, I'm sure those two are going to engage in a super battle. But we've had some great racing this weekend. Ross Martin has had nobody in front of him at all. He's been untroubled. Pole position, race win, fastest lap in race number 1. He's done the same thing again here in round 11. Still has the fastest lap, a 55.049. The fastest lap in race 1 was a 54.9. So comparable laps. Little bit more cloud coverage in this race, so conditions slightly cooler. And looking cool in the number 11 cockpit is Ross Martin, who has a lead of over 5.5 seconds on Kenny Cowie in our 5th from last race of the year. Where has this season gone? It's whizzed past. Ross Martin's whizzed past everybody many times. So through Leslie's, climbing what is normally Duffus Dip, and goes up and over the brow towards the checkered flag, which is readied for the 8th time this year. Checkered flag for Ross Martin. Kenny Cowie will take second. Watch for Cowie now, he's a long way back. It is 6.04 seconds. Michael McPherson takes third. Clay Mitchell, a hard-fought 4th position and retains 4th in the championship standings. Stephen Barlow is 5th from Sebastian Melrose. Neil Broome did get the better of Fraser Gray in the end to take 7th, Fraser finishing in 8th.
Ross, what a weekend. Pole position, fastest lap, race win, just sort of a textbook weekend for you these days in Scotland.
Yeah, it didn't seem like that at all, but like you said, you've got to go into the championship running with a goal, and for me, I'm almost there at it, so I think bringing it home now is key. But yeah, I cannot thank the guys enough. I mean, you know, coming here in reverse, no one's done it, so you know, we had to play about the car a little bit, which is surprisingly, but yeah, I can't thank them enough. What a car they gave me, and I get, like you said, textbook, so read the book and go do it.
Kenny, give it everything you've got. We spoke before the start, you had a little plan there, but his first couple of laps are devastating is the word I used.
Yeah, no, I mean, he got off the line well, and then the first 2 laps, like I said, every time he just nails those first 2 laps, and the second you've broken the toe, you know, it's just so difficult to get back up with them. So I don't know, I'm quite happy with 2nd place today though. So
yeah, let's not forget it is a good result. It's just you've been here quite a few. You had a win kind of earlier in the year, and we've seen you in this position before, but that win's so close.
I know. It feels like it's teasing me now. You know, having taken it earlier in the year and then obviously having it taken away from us. I think it'll come in the next 2 meetings. I'm quite confident of that. So
I'm fairly sure it will.
Thank you.
Mike, well done. 2 podiums in the day, a front row start, a second row start. You're starting to get used to this now.
Yeah, it's been a great day. Didn't really expect it coming into it, but after the first race, I knew I had a bit more pace to come in the second one, and stayed there then. I had a wee moment coming over Duffus and thought that was it going there, but no, we kept the gap the same, and just over the moon with it. And the team have done a great job all weekend with the car.
Well, unfortunately, that brings today's racing to a close, but as ever, we've seen some fantastic action all day long. Make sure you tune in next time for more of the same.